Hello students, in this video we will be looking at perfect square trinomials. On your formula chart we have two cases of perfect square trinomials. When we have two things being added and that quantity is being squared, it gives us a perfect square trinomial. If they're being subtracted, then we have this perfect square trinomial where the middle term is a minus, whereas if they're being added it's a plus. So let's look at what that looks like. So we have the example m plus 3 squared. Anything squared is a perfect square. So m plus 3 squared is going to be the same as a plus b being squared. And we know from the formula that we're going to get a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So at this point, what we can do is say that a is the same as n, b is the same as 3. So we have a squared plus 2 times a times b plus b squared. So n is the same as a, b is a 3. So we just put those into our formula. Well, what is n squared? Well, n squared. 2 times n times 3 is going to give us 6n, and 3 squared is going to give us 9. So if you replace the a and the b with the n and the 3, so just multiply those together and then double it, that's what's happening when you multiply by 2, then you get your middle term, and then you square the others for the first and last term. So let's try n minus 3 squared. That's going to give us a squared minus, because this time we have a minus, and on our formula chart, whenever you have subtraction here, you have subtraction here, times 2 times a times b plus b squared. So n is the same as a, our b is 3, so this will yield n squared minus 6n plus 9. Okay, so that's basically how this works. I'll go ahead and do two more examples. Let's do d plus 4, that quantity squared. This is our a, this is our b. Looking at the formula chart, you know that you're going to have a squared plus 2 times a times b plus b squared, and then simply fill in your a and your b. So you end up with d squared plus 2 times d times 4 is 8d, and 4 times 4 is 16. Last example, we have d minus 4 squared. A is d, again b is 4. The subtract is actually part of the formula, so we don't have to worry about there being a negative 4 there. So we're going to have a squared, and then I made a mistake here. Let me fix this real quick, because that's supposed to be a subtract sign there. 2 times a times b, and then over here is plus b squared. So what goes in here? A, which in this case is a d. That's also a d. This is where the 4 is going to go. And then 4 goes there as well, because we have a squared minus 2 times a times b plus b squared. Simplify. And it is very nice if you can recognize these perfect square trinomials and go straight from your problem to the expansion or to the trinomial, go from your multiplication, because when we start factoring, it's nice to recognize a perfect square trinomial, so you can look at a trinomial and say, if that's a perfect square trinomial, I don't have to go through that process. I can go straight to the factored form. So this has been perfect square trinomials.